Juan-o's world.
My baby mama trippin', she been going through my phone. Tired of me cheating, I can't leave these hoes alone. Hella pics, hella tips on my cash.
Meet Anthony Wolf Jones. Now, recently, it's been a lot of speculation about what happened to this young man, and most of this speculation has been brought forth by this guy here. Now, the reality of the situation is the truth of what happened to this guy been out here, and it ain't Puff's fault.
Wolf and Puff was going at it because Wolf, you heard me, wanted to show Puff that BMF wasn't shit.
Sounds like a player hater.
BMF was the shit, but Wolf tried to show Puff that he was the shit because Wolf has been having Puff back for a long time, you know, and yeah, that's what ended up happening. Big Meech ended up getting Puff a Rolls Royce that night.
And look at Wolf smiling in that Rolls Royce, just like a New York nigga. Talk shit about somebody, love the gift.
I was there the night that Meech had promised Puff, you know what I'm saying? He ain't have to worry about Suge Knight. He ain't have to worry about nobody from this point on. And telling Puff some shit like that made
now
him
hold
think that he
on,
could talk
Gene
to
Deal.
Wolf
You
any
can't
kind of
blame
way.
that on Meech, especially after you say Puff been talking to people foul.
Because if anybody knew BMF was powerful back then, they had dudes from everywhere. And Meech telling him he ain't have to worry about nobody no more, it made Puff think that he could tell Wolf that he didn't need Wolf no more.
Now you got this guy who Puff put right in the mix as soon as he got out of jail. Now it's impossible for me to believe that this dude was sitting on several $100,000 and he went to jail for what he went to jail for, but that's beside the point. Puff put this guy on. He rode with Puff for 10 plus years in the industry. He's alleged to be the father of Puff's son. He's alleged to, by Gene Deal, had put hands on Puff. He's alleged by Gene Deal to had leaned on Puff and said, "You gonna always need me." Now, if Wolf is treating Puff this way, how could you blame Puff for doing anything to him if he did? But when you check the story, it seems that this guy was a complete bully and a tender dick. How is it anyone else's fault what happens to you for trying to be a bully and a tender dick at the same time? And what's not being disputed by anybody is Wolf put his hands on a pregnant lady that didn't belong to him in the club in front of everybody. But Gene keep leaving that part out. Well, no, even Gene left that part in. But he glossing over the fact of this guy's behavior and how his own behavior may have led to his demise.
And one thing led to the next. Go listen to what Salsa said on that interview he said, and he talked about it. And you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Over a girl that I guess Wolf was dating and was hanging out with Big Meech and them.
And she was hanging out with another guy that was just hanging out in the crew. But his name was Eric Mark Whaley. His name was Swift. He was the guy from the Exotic Motors down in Orlando. He's a guy, one of the guys that turned out to be a CI and started working for them. But yeah, she was hanging out with him. And Wolf wasn't there. He wasn't there. Somebody called him and told him that this girl was over there. So he came from where he was. I think he was at Magic City. He came from over there to come here to grab this girl up. Now, just yesterday, I was showing my man here because people don't believe it, you know, but the interview with the detective, he said it out of his own mouth several times. I mean, it wasn't even the first 2 pages. And he was like, you know, the dude was upset about a girl.
This particular night, and one of Meech's friends, Wolf, was there. So Wolf.
That wasn't Meech's friend. Chopper City done already told us that Wolf was a hater, undercover.
And Meech knew each other because he was Puffy's ex-bodyguard. And Puffy and Meech were close.
Another Gene Deal lie. Puffy and Meech knew each other from the early 90s. When Wolf was in jail, he did not introduce them to each other.
So we're in Club Chaos. They greet each other with love, as always.
Fake love.
Wolf sees his ex-girlfriend. But she's not with Meech, you know, she's standing on the back wall. Wolf reaches past Meech and mushes her. And Meech was like, nah, that's not going down.
That sounded like some real tender dick shit. Real tender dick shit. You left for those of y'all that missed it, Wolf left Magic City and came over there to Club Chaos just because this girl was hanging out with another dude. Then you mush face your pregnant stripper girlfriend. So you a sloppy dick and a tender dick and disrespectful because she's with a group of dudes. What are you doing? It's their turn.
Whatever y'all got going on, you can handle that privately with her. But if she's standing here with me, I can't have you disrespect her like that.
That led to verbal altercation, physical altercation, which led to Wolf Jones ejected from the club.
So now, the whole vibe in the club totally changed.
That's typically how it is when the haters show up, but let's continue.
Meech is not feeling the energy in here. He's like, let's go.
Demetrius and his bodyguard, Bull Height, were on their way to their vehicle when they encountered Wolf Jones and Riz Gertie waiting for them with guns drawn. Wolf Jones started shooting.
All hell broke loose.
I don't know if you've been listening to this whole story, but if you didn't think he asked for it, you damn sure better know this is him really demanding that somebody get on his helmet. There's no, I mean, he been safer jumping off a bridge into the Atlantic Ocean, man.
Gunfire was coming from everywhere. They all piled in the car. I hopped in my car.
Gotta get the hell out of there.
At this point, I didn't even realize that happened. I'm sitting at the diner, and
Oh, I'm sorry, Cavario. Chill out.
Sure what triggered the violence, but witnesses say dozens of bullets flew near the intersection of East Paces Ferry and Bowling Way.
Be quiet.
We all meet up at the house, and it's still not a big deal. Right. You know, Meech is actually leaning on the counter laughing because we're drunk as hell. He's like, man, Yogi, my ass is burning.
Pause.
I'm like, what? He's like, man, I think I got shot in the ass. And sure enough, got shot in the ass.
I don't know about you, but I'm more inclined to believe Yogi's story that intertwines with everybody else's story that was there or first party to the situation, as opposed to Gene Deal, who wasn't in the company of Puff or Wolf at this time, or nor was he in Atlanta.
And, you know, he started getting rowdy and different things, and the bouncers threw him out. He tried to keep him from throwing him out. Just a few days before that, like the video shoot up in New York, it was over there barbecuing with this man's family and everything. So why would, where was all this coming from? You know, it was, you know.
Over a girl.
Over a girl. I don't know. I mean, when you look back at it now, and what it reads like, it was something a little bit deeper than that. Because I have 153 pages of that document, but I only read 75 because I didn't want to read the last 75 because I want to have another place to go with that when it's time for me to go in and put that story out.
Well, he shows up in the club and he has an argument with the BMF guys. I guess tries to drag the girl out and whatever. He gets kicked out.
Right.
And I'd heard that Big Meech and them were trying to like calm him down. Like,
yeah,
yo, like, this is not that serious.
Yeah, be
like,
cool,
chill.
man. Yeah, there's too many women around here. All these women, man, pick one. You know, right. they all willing. Hey, baby, you want to go? Which one of y'all? Yeah, we'll go. What the hell?
Right.
Right.
Well, Big Meech and them come outside, and Wolf and Rizzo are, I guess, sitting on Big Meech's car.
Yeah, well, leaning against his car.
Leaning against his car.
Yeah.
As a show of disrespect.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. Like they're waiting on you.
Yeah.
You know, that was just like a sign of, like, yeah.
But were you there?
No.
Okay.
No, but, you know, I get the first hand.
Right.
I got the report, so.
Yeah. And I guess him and Rizzo pulled out their guns first and started firing.
Right. And he took a shot in the ass.
Big Meech.
Yes. And Lil Bull got shot in the back of the leg.
They returned fire.
No, they didn't return nothing. They was hauling ass. The club owner was standing right there too. The club owner could have got hit. So you understand? So it was a lot of people coming out of it. These guys was shit. They didn't have no regard for human life. You know.
Okay.
I mean, in that matter.
Someone returned fire.
Someone returned fire.
Wolf got killed. Rizzo got killed as well.
As well, right.
Big Meech initially got charged with these murders.
Yes.
So
No. It's a story behind that.
Okay.
During the interview, they asked him, did he want an attorney? He said, I'll talk to you and let you know what I know. I mean, you know, I don't need no attorney for what? I'm a witness. I'm the motherfucker that got hit. You understand? But what people don't realize is by him doing that, he just avoided the case, because if he wouldn't have said anything, he would have said he wanted an attorney, they would have booked him on the double homicide, and that would have put a target on his ass. So that's why he did what he did.
So they're investigating Big Meech with this double murder initially, right?
Yeah,
well, because he gets arrested and he gets an ankle monitor.
Oh yeah, but that's a violation. That was from something else that he had done. So it's kind of like a violation, and they don't want him to run. They just trying to keep him monitored. They're trying to slow him down.
You know, some like this girl knocks Wolf hats off in the club. She was actually pregnant by Wolf. You understand? Or pregnant, and Wolf thought it was his, and he was trying to get her to get rid of it or whatever like that. But she was with this other dude, and she 3-4 months pregnant by Wolf. So she's with this other kid, fronting with this kid when she actually really wanted Wolf. She comes, knocks his hat off, he grabs up. So Meech says something to him, but when do you start talking to Wolf, you know, like that?
Now, Jane Deal, I thought you was all about protecting women, but now you about to make an excuse for a man slapping up a pregnant woman, going full Ike Turner, being a tender dick.
You understand?
Come on now.
Or whatever the circumstance situation was. But see, what people don't know was Puff was putting a battery in Wolf back, talking about, I don't need you no more. When I do this Universal deal, I'm gonna give you $300,000 and leave you the fuck alone. Wolf said, you could never leave me alone. You understand? He said, but them guys ain't tough like you think they are. So he putting a battery in this.
Now here you go again, making excuses for Wolf while blaming Puff. Wolf was clearly a player hater. That's been noted by several other people that Wolf was a hater of BMF, but he was so fake he stood next to him and took pictures with him like a true hater.
Kids back. You know, I'm listening to all this shit right there, but Wolf don't care. He said, yo, them niggas ain't like that. I'm telling you. He ain't like that. You understand? Puff was talking about, I don't need you no more. I don't need you no more. You understand? I'm good. So whatever happened to them in Atlanta, happened to him in Atlanta. Wolf decide to, when they come outside, he shoots at Meech and them, which caught Meech in his buttocks. If you get caught in the buttocks, you're going in the opposite direction. So you didn't want it. Meech ain't want to do nothing to him because Meech had enough people and he had enough crew outside that he could handle that stuff.
Now, how you gonna blame Puff for that? And the truth of the matter is once you pull a gun out and you shoot somebody, whatever happened to you, you pretty much got it coming. I know when a motherfucker pulled a gun out and shot me, I made sure I killed his ass. I don't understand how you can sit here and blame somebody else for decisions that a man make. Once he decided to pull his gun out, once he decided to be disrespectful, once he decided to put his hands on a woman in front of men, he asked for that. It don't matter what him and Puff relationship was when he was out here asking for trouble and being a tender dick. We out.
But the dude who got close to Wolf was the dude who killed him that he put down with BMF. It was his dude from Brooklyn that he put down because he needed some money. He was a shooter. Yo, Meech, look out for my man. Put him on your payroll. You need somebody to do work for you just like that. Whoop they whoop. He did that.
So let me get this right. Meech takes it upon himself to give Wolf homeboy a job, and Wolf's supposed to be some big boss. Why he couldn't give him a job? And then you're saying that the person who Meech took under his wing when couldn't nobody else pay him is wrong for protecting Meech? Get the fuck out of here, Gene. You got to pick a side and stand on it. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. And it's pretty clear that you've been falling for anything. Puff ain't the bad guy in these stories. Yo bitch ass is. And so is Wolf. And so is a lot of other people. But you can't keep blaming Puff for y'all flaws as man.
You understand? And that's the dude who shot him in Riz.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Just
his own man.
A lot of tragedy, a lot of sadness. You know, G&D, I appreciate
Now
you
let
coming
the
in.
story of Wolf Jones be a lesson to all you young Thundercats and people out there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't have to deal with your bullshit. Everybody don't have to accept your bully tactics. Everybody is not a sucker. Everybody don't owe you. You come out acting like a tender dick, a bully, an asshole. Any of these things to people, you gotta know that everybody not trying to deal with that shit. And it's not their fault for how they respond to you being a tender dick or you being a bully or you pulling your gun out and shooting at a nigga that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars of street money with a crew of 50 people who's also worth hundreds of thousands of dollars as individuals. You got to be a dummy. You got to have a death wish. You got to think that you either just that bad or you just don't care how bad it's going to get for you. But what you are not is a story that we should be using to denigrate someone else. That was your choice, his fault, his situation. He ain't have to do none of that. He ain't have to be dead. And if hitting on women is wrong for Puff, then goddamn it should be wrong for Wolf. And if Puff, if everything that's happening to Puff is because of karma, Gene Deal, these is your words, then damn sure what happened to Wolf is because of karma too. Niggas like me don't believe in karma. But since you do, you can't say it's karma when the person that you dislike have a tough time and then blame it on somebody else when a person you do like who been out here doing bullshit for 20, 30 years, killing people, etc., he get killed after shooting somebody. That ain't karma. That's 1 + 1 = 2. That's simple fucking math. Genie Deal. We out of here.